First, make sure that your clamp is open. Now we'll put our cap gauge on the table and screw the clamp shut. First and foremost, on a structured cap with the buckram in the back, you should only need to use one piece of hat backing, whereas on an unstructured cap, since there's less stability here, you might want to double up. First, let's go over some details of the hat hoop itself. We've got our strap latch over here on the right, and then on the left we have two wing nuts used for tensioning the strap. At the very back we have these two black posts that these clips attach to. First, grab your cap hoop and set it on your cap gauge. Make sure it locks into place. And then we'll open our latch and swing that to the side. Now we'll grab a piece of backing, roll it up just to make sure that it stays curved and sits on our cap hoop a little more easily. Then we'll grab our cap. Make sure you remove the cardboard from it. We don't want to sew through that. And fold out your sweatband. While you're holding the sweatband out, slide your cap onto the hoop with the backing. Get it so the bill sits flush with this tab on the hoop. Now while holding the cap in place, bring this arm over top and walk the teeth of this band into the seam between the crown of the cap and the bill. And then rotate this and get your latch sit in this notch on the back here, but do not close the latch. Next we'll rotate this back. Next we need to adjust the tension of the strap on the cap hoop. To do so, locate these two wing nuts on the left side of the strap. Go ahead and loosen these a few turns. And we'll tighten this down just by pressing it to the left. And tighten the wing nuts. You'll need to retension this for each different type of cap you sew, but you should only need to do it per run of hats. Next, rotate this back. Ensure the strap is still locked in place here. And now close the latch. And you're good to go. Once your cap is off your cap gauge, just make sure that this strap is level. If it's not, your design's going to sew out crooked on the hat, and if it is crooked, you need to rehoop it. Now, when hooping an unstructured cap, it's the same process as a structured cap, but to provide more stability, you might want to pull the fabric a little tighter, not too tight, and then grab these clips included with the cap hoops and clip that into place on those black posts.
First, remove your hoop arms. I'm going to do the right side. Now I'm going to do the left side. Next, we will need to remove the hook guard. There's one screw located at the bottom that we loosen and pull it straight out. Next, we want to install the lower support arm. It's important to note before I slide this in the slot underneath the cylinder arm that these screws are backed out to where they're flush with the top of the T-nut. You slide this in the slot underneath there till it won't go any farther back, and then we will finger tighten it. After that, we can replace the hook guard by putting it in the slot and finger tightening the screw. The next step is to put a small amount of oil on the top of the lower support arm. Next step is to install the hat driver onto the machine. And secure with 2 bolts on the inside most screw location. With the cap driver installed on the machine and located over the top of the needle plate, we are ready to check and adjust the hat driver height if necessary. We do this by inserting 2 business cards between the top of the needle plate and the bottom of the hat driver. If adjustment is necessary, grab the 4mm Allen driver from your ops kit. The adjustment screws are located here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, loosen your screws, but not all the way. I'm going to make sure that these are aligned flush, and then we will tighten them in a cross pattern. I like to snug them first and go back and do a final tightening. If you have multiple heads, a good trick is to get a label maker and either put the serial number of the machine or the name of the machine, if you named it, on the hat driver and keep it with the machine. To load a cap, we take the hooped cap and we want to turn it sideways, the bill sideways, to get it behind the needle case, and then we stand it up as we rotate it, and you can feel that it finds its home section. At this point, we're going to squeeze so the latches engage. 1, 2, and make sure the third clip is attached at the bottom. To unload from your machine, we just push the latches, 1, 2, and 1 at the bottom. Reverse the process by turning the bill sideways, and now we've taken it off the machine. First, we click on the hoop selection screen, clear any filters if you have them set up, and select the hat driver icon. This shows you the available options for your cap driver. We're going to select the WACF, or wide angle cap frame. Gives you a warning to make sure that everything is clear on your machine. Click OK. The first setting we'll adjust is the sew speed. Usually we sew hats around 900 stitches per minute. So I'll slow that down to 900. If your hat design is not stored upside down, then we need to flip it. The bill is away from us as we sew the hat, so all hat designs have to be sewn upside down. To do this, we're going to tap on the transform and rotate screen. We're going to tap on 180 degrees, and we're going to tap on confirm. The last adjustment is going to be the Actifeed setting. We can tap on the presets. We can tap on the hat. It starts at 7, which is an average for hats. If your hat is very thick, you want to move this up somewhere around maybe 10 to 12. If you're sewing a very thin hat, you want to go the opposite direction, somewhere around 5 or 6, and click on confirm. The last adjustment is going to be the presser foot height. On a normal hat, we usually set it about 3 to 4 clicks up off the bottom. If your hat is very thick, you might need to move up farther, or if your hat is thinner, you would reduce it. Click on transform and rotate, and we pick hoop center and confirm out. This gives us a good starting point. Most times you want to move the design down towards the bill to get proper location. So to do that, we're going to use the arrow keys. Usually you're going to adjust the design so it's about 1/2 inch to the bill. All right, to align the hat left and right, what we want to do is stand in front of the machine and look at the active needle, and we jog from the keypad left and right till we line up the needle with the seam of the hat. It's always a good idea to trace the design after you do this to confirm you've got it in the right location. To do that, we click on the trace icon, hit OK. And you can see where it is placed on the hat, and you can do further adjustment with the arrow keys to tweak it in as necessary.